So when you like set a reminder or ask your Lexi to do something, how do you end it? Do you just
Stop. Did you just call her Lexi?
Here's why. Because if I say the real name, she's going to go off.
Fair. Okay, go ahead.
And we've learned that because on the air, we'll say, hey, Lexi, play K-Hop in the background.
Good point.
That's what I'm going to call her. That's what I'm going to call her. Okay. So when I was setting a reminder the other day, it says, okay, you have a reminder set for 1 p.m. for blah, blah, blah. And I said back to it, thank you. Right? And my friend goes, are you thanking the machine? Right? And I said, yeah, it's a habit that when somebody helps you that you thank them. And he's like, it's a machine.
I thanked my Siri
yes.
like 2 days ago.
Okay. I did the same thing. And that's what it was on. I was all set a reminder for blah, blah, blah. And then it said it. And I said, thank you. And he was all, are you thanking your phone? I'm like, yeah, it did me a favor.
I'll do it when I'm in the garage because I'll have to set timers all the time for pulling stuff out of the oven. So I'll be like, hey, set a timer for 15 minutes to pull it out of the oven. I'll be like, okay, timer set. I'm like, thank you. I'll put it down. I won't even think about it.
Me too.
Thank you. Oh,
it's just a habit, right? It's just a habit.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll talk later.
Good morning, See, look, Desiree does it too.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. I thank all of the things that are electric that help me, that have a name. And that's, you know what? That's what they've done. They've personalized these speakers, right? It's like when you go to the fair and that kid auctions off his pig. And then like the kid realizes, oh my God, my pig Scruffles is going to become sausage, right? They've done that to these smart speakers. They gave them names like Lexi and the S word. So now when we get mad at our phone or we get mad at that speaker, we can't kick it or throw it down or get mad at it because it has a name now. We've named the sausage.
Yes, it does. Good morning, Rachel. It does. Yeah, it has feelings.
Yeah, and that's why we thank it. And if I say something mean, let me see. Hey, Alexa.
Ooh, I could do that, Julie. I didn't know that.
I think you're a real jerk.
See, you don't say mean things to her.
See, she says, I'm not quite sure how to respond to that. Hey, Alexa, I think you're ugly.
Be nice.
Oh, she didn't even say anything on that one.
Desiree, I would appreciate them too. Can you see what Desiree's saying? When I put these comments up, can you see it on the other end?
Yeah.
Hey, look how cute my nails are got done yesterday. Look at their cheetah print, leopard print.
Ooh, I like those. Okay.
I've been getting them done since I've been using my hands a lot at work. But yeah, so I've been getting them done. That's why so did you get your present yesterday?
I did. Okay. Oh, all right.
So I got Ian block socks. There's a word that you could put before those other words, but I can't say them on the live stream.
Think of a rooster.
A rooster block socks. And here they are.
This is what I wore to the disc golf course yesterday.
Thank you, Rachel. Look at those socks have my face on them.
I had Madden all up and down my shins yesterday when I was going through stinging nettles.
Were you dying? Were you dying when you saw them?
I really was. Oh, and I need to ask you too. You left me your light ring, but that wasn't for me. That was for somebody else.
Sandra.
Yes. Okay. That's right. Okay.
Sandra, when we were on the live stream yesterday, she said she could have used it for your photo shoot. And I'm getting one of the desk ones like yours. So you see her a lot more than I do. So I figured I would just drop it off or she could come pick it up at your house.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's very cool of you.
Sandra, if she's not paying attention to this, you can tell her it came with that tripod that came with it. But she needs a special kind of screws. They need to be small mini screws, but strong enough to hold that light ring if she wants to hold it up. But that's like one of the original. Remember when DVD players were like $700 and then they all of a sudden were like $12?
Yeah.
That was like one of the original light rings. So that was.
I remember when you got it.
And now you can get like one for your desk, like this big with 3 different dimming lights for like $17.
Oh yeah, I think this one was $12.99 actually.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
which is cool because
$13. It gets here today. And it gets here today. Cindy, thank you. Aren't those so cute?
hold on,
Hell,
ready?
funny, right?
I just got a 10.
See, yeah. See, I could. Does it have 3 different, like a white, a light yellow, and a darker? Yeah.
There's a white. So,
yeah. See, yeah. I'll have that by tomorrow.
And then this is my favorite. Which one? Okay, which one is best? Okay, this is the soft blue. This is my tan. And this is the just like straight white.
Go back to the tan. The tan.
Yeah, that's pimp.
That's the only way I'm getting a tan is a fake light ring.
That tan and these socks, you guys.
Good morning, Jennifer. So I know that. I mean, you're gonna get all the ladies with those socks.
Oh my God, I am going to be exhausted after this weekend.
Aren't those amazing? We need Madden and Riley socks.
Oh my God, we do.
I know.
Oh my God, we do. With the picture from the fair, right? Or a new picture.
I love that picture of us from the fair.
I do too.
Oh, and tomorrow I'll have my balcony bar on by tomorrow. So it'll be finished drying today. And then I'll put it on the balcony. So that way tomorrow morning's 8 a.m. live stream, I'll show you the balcony bar that I've been building.
If you're watching this live stream, and if you're hearing me say this, obviously you are. If we got Madden and Riley socks, would you wear them? If we gave them out as prizes? Like, I think we need to hit Boss Lady up about this. OMG! Exclamation point.
Oh, the handcuff pics are pretty good, but I don't know if they could get us that far apart on a sock, Cindy. But you know what? We need that on a t-shirt, though.
Yes, we do.
Because, and I love that Juan Alanis in that photo, too. He's one of my favorites.
They were all awesome. It was rad. It was so cool. So, okay. All right.
See, Cindy would wear them. Rachel would wear them. Yeah, like fashionable socks. You and my friend Danelle are the first 2 people I've known that like were way on top of the let's wear funky socks thing. Like I love funky socks, but you've been like a funky socks person for a while. And I'm excited that you showed all your funky socks, and most of them have been gifts from me.
They have been. You've leaned into it. I love them. I love them. And men and funny socks is funny to me. I bought Joe Tupac socks. And I don't think he told anybody they were from me, but I thought they were funny. Have I ever sang I can't sing my Tupac. He got never mind. Sorry. Anyway.
Somebody told me a joke that was a lot like your NASCAR t-shirt the other day in the bar. And I thought of you. And I thought,
okay, it's been 20 years. Like when can the shirt like is it still an offensive shirt? It is?
Especially in the Valley, especially in Modesto.
Is that why I got so many bad looks when I went to a club in it once?
Yes.
Like I showed up to a work event with that on one time at a club.
Remember when I was like 23 and one of the guys in the building said something to me about showing like this much of my stomach, and he had a t-shirt on that had like a derogatory animal punching. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This shirt was almost worse.
Your shirt or his shirt in the workplace? His was worse.
His was worse. Yeah.
You should not have been allowed in the workplace at all.
I wore it to
like we do nasty jokes, and like we do terrible jokes. You need a thick skin, male or female, to work in our building. Some of the funniest people. That's like when I date guys and they try to be funnier than me. I'm like, I work with the funniest people. You, Richard, Dusty's not even on air, and he's one of the funniest guys I know. Like KP, Angie, like hella funny people, right? You have to have thick skin. And even that shirt was inappropriate for work.
We're talking about the other guy's shirt, right?
Not your shirt is our sense of humor. Like I think you wouldn't get in trouble for wearing that shirt to our work, but a work event should not. You should have known better.
I'll try. You know what? Okay, for anyone,
that guy, the other shirt, that guy shouldn't have been allowed to wear in the building at all.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. For anybody watching right now, if you want to see the shirt, I have a picture of the image. If you want to, I'll share it with you in a message, but we're not going to put it on our live stream. It's
I don't know. Maybe
it's not inappropriate. It's not like get fired inappropriate. It's just not appropriate. Like it's
extremely politically incorrect, but also a fact.
Yeah. That's fair. Hey, look at my fancy socks. Did you see Madden on my socks?
So who'd you show them to on the Cindy? You could show Cindy. She'll be fine.
Okay.
And I know Jennifer. She'll be. I don't know. Jennifer might be on team T-shirt. Team offended.
Oh, now I have to find it.
Jennifer has a politically incorrect sense of humor, but she'll see what we're talking about. Why it's not okay in this area, Jen. But yeah, Cindy Lane gang all day. She's been with us forever.
Oh, I found it. Okay. I still laugh.
Yeah, Cindy, did you see Ian yesterday? I'm a bartender. Okay, Jen, then you've heard it all. Where do you bartend at, Jennifer? Are you still in Manteca? You're Manteca, aren't you?
We got bartenders in the midst, and we didn't even know.
I didn't know she was a bartender.
Come on, Jennifer, you got to speak up quicker about that.
Rachel, he can't show it on this live stream. I can't allow it.
Yeah. If you can hit me up if you want to.
So here's the thing: when one of us gets in trouble, they usually take the other one down with them. Okay. Usually, there's been many of times that I'm like, "This is not Ian Riley's fault. This is my own fault." Today, I cannot allow this.
She's pumping the brakes on this one. She's pumping the brakes, which didn't happen earlier with the picture. So anyway. Yeah. So change the subject. Did you see Madden on my socks? I've got Madden on my socks.
And tomorrow, okay, so on the air, we are giving away Bear Valley tickets. It's beautiful. We are having a beautiful weekend. Upper 60s, 70s. Next week, we might even see 80 degrees next week.
Oh my, you forget, and because I forget too, we're like screaming up on April, right? We're 4 or 5 months into the year now. We're 4 months into the year.
Yeah.
That's nuts. We're 4 months into 2021. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm meeting up with I have a meeting with somebody in 2 weeks to start figuring out my taxes already for this year. That's how far into and I feel like I'm behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's nuts. It's gone so quick.
Yeah, I can't believe it already. Easter is right around the corner.
Easter's this weekend.
See, that's why I did these nails like this time, because I really like the black that she did for St. Patty's Day. And once it becomes spring, I'm going to feel weird having black fingernails.
So I wanted to ask you something about holidays and children.
Okay.
Because Easter's this weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this weekend is not my weekend with the children. Easter's not really my jam. I feel guilty for feeling not so bad that Easter's not really my holiday with them.
One of my favorite things about you and us is how we normalize the real feelings about it. Okay.
Okay.
Joe gets the kids every Easter break. And so your custody, once you guys go through court or have everything figured out or whatever, everybody's custody is different. But Joe I give him Easter break because I do. We are supposed to split it, but I do. And Easter's not my jam either. I don't want to dye the eggs. I don't want to hide the eggs. I don't want to have to count how many eggs. So he has the kids for Easter, and I just send him money. Okay. He didn't ask for money. I just didn't do it. And I sent him money. Yeah, not this weekend is Easter. Next weekend is Easter.
Okay.
So you will have them next weekend or not have them next weekend?
Oh, then I do have them on Easter.
Okay, well, she has the whole family. So don't let it, okay, because if you really, this is the other thing. If you really feel this way, don't keep them just to keep them. Don't be that parent. I hate parents.
Right.
If you know that those kids, and you and I can look at each other right now and both know that those kids are going to have a better time with their mother because their cousins are there, their aunt is there, their grandma, their grandpa, everybody's there.
Yeah.
I feel that you would be a good person, and it has nothing to do with whether you care about Easter or not. But you also have to remember this when it comes to a holiday that you enjoy. What is better for you or the children? So I would reach out and be like, Easter, you have the family, you have your nephew, you have your sister. How about the boys be with you? Easter, we'll switch them off for another day.
Okay. Okay.
Like Christmas, I didn't want to give it. I have Christmas every year in our custody agreement. And I have every single year. Like when Joe and I would fight afterwards, he would he's like, I can't believe I gave you Christmas every year. Like so pissed, right? But last year, he had his daughter for the first Christmas ever, his oldest daughter, Gabby. And he was with the not ex-girlfriend, they're still together, the girlfriend and her 2 kids for Christmas. So he would have had my kids Christmas Eve break, just them 2, and then following his daughter. And then, so I gave him Christmas. I just gave it to him. And it was hard, but it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay.
Unless it's like that every holiday. Like, I'm not telling you to give up every holiday because you're still gonna probably you're probably gonna see your mom more often now than you had before. So when it goes to a holiday or something and you're going to see your sister or your mom and it's your holiday, you don't have to give them up.
Right.
But I think for this one, and it's new to these children, I feel it's in their best interest to be with their mom and their family. Whether they invite you, it's up to you to go or not. But
yeah, and that's probably not going to happen. But like,
mm-hmm.
and I'm with you on that. Like, I'm in line. Like, I think there's just a lot of guilt that sets in. Like, I don't want to keep them for Easter because I want to keep them from them. Like, I feel bad because like it's a day where they're going off to do something, or it's a day that they can spend time with me, right? But then also, you make a really good point. They're going to have a much better time. So in that regard, and listening to you explain, like let them just go or send them off to go because they're going to have a better time. When I heard you say that, I started thinking in that regard, I have to train my head to think they're just going to a friend's house for the day. I'm not giving up if my son wanted to go hang out with his friend Luke, I would not stop him from doing that. So if I just train myself to think he's just going over to a friend's house, then I think that kind of takes a little bit of the guilt away of not having them there.
Well, yeah, it's not the only person who's going to make you feel bad about giving them up on Easter is you.
Yeah.
Like,
if that makes a lot of sense.
I don't think Michelle's family is going to make them. Their family's not like that. I think they are going to welcome, and I think starting it now is showing like some maturity, especially the kids' first year.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like you guys are different. Like, Joe still came to most of our holidays until recently when we got a new girlfriend, and to where the holidays started like splitting up a little bit.
Right.
So the kids were always with my family because Joe's family's in Alaska or in Washington, so I invited him to be nice because that's the only way he could see him. But now they go there,
Yeah, he's got his own thing going on. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, and this is just the beginning, dude. Don't fight now if you don't have, because you're going to have bigger fish to fry. And like,
oh, no, I don't want to color eggs.
Yeah. And if you don't want to do it,
I don't want to color eggs.
Yeah.
And I don't want, because here's what happens is I end up coloring all the eggs because they get bored with it after like 4 or 5 eggs. Mm-hmm. And then we have eggs and stickers laying around and a whole big mess. And then I got to fight to get the mess cleaned up. And you know what? Like, Easter's just not my jam. So if you want to take them for Easter.
Yeah. So here's the one. And here our mom of the year. Layla's birthday always falls right before or right around Super Bowl Sunday. Joe knows I'm a bigger football fan than him. He knows it. And I love the Super Bowl no matter who is playing. I'm going to do something. I love the big game. And so he always would have Layla's birthday the same weekend. He would always take Layla Super Bowl weekend for her birthday. And then I would take her the following weekend for her birthday. And it's always been like that. And this was the first year that I had my kids on Super Bowl. And you know what? They went to Grandma and Grandpa's. We went to Grandma and Grandpa's. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm honestly, as far as like timing and all of that and
that's a great idea, Cindy.
and passing them along and all that stuff. Like none of that's really an issue. I mean, it was really just it was a matter of two things. It was feeling guilty about the fact that I just don't care about Easter and they don't really either. And then, thinking, but they should go somewhere that they're going to have fun, But then
Yeah.
you get into that whole like that's my time, but then my time is their time, and their time should be something that's fun. So you send them off, and they do their thing. This is just little things that you learn along the way that each one is new.
And that all parents need to realize that in the future you might want to reverse, and you're going to have to remember like what you reap, you sow.
Yeah, absolutely.
There might come a time, where you're like, look, I know, like it's your weekend, but we have this disc golf family picnic day, and I really want the kids to be there.
That's in like 3 months, Madden. Don't start getting up my Kool-Aid without knowing what.
No.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I believe that Michelle would go okay. And
no, there's no question about that. I've got no question about any of that. I literally was just like, where's my guilt level on Easter?
We went way down a rabbit hole with all you were trying to look. Who cares? If that's not your thing, it's not your thing.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. And that's like, and like you said, like these are all like for me, especially because you've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. The hardest one for me is 4th of July. And I only mention that because Joe always has the kids 4th of July because he gets the first 5 weeks of their summer vacay, and I get the second 5 weeks of their summer vacay. So he always has them 4th of July. And I love the 4th of July. Like I love it. And I want to I'm a little pyro. And so it was Layla, like I want to light off fireworks with the kids, and everybody's having these block parties. So that one is really hard for me.
Now that he's down in Vegas, they have all the cool fireworks down there. You should be doing 4th of July in Vegas.
Yeah, I can, and that's the other greatest thing about our relationship is that I can go there anytime and he would let me. Like his girlfriend even was like, because they're going to be in Oregon for a couple of those weeks. She's like, come to Oregon and visit him. Like, you don't have to go 5 weeks without seeing the kids. Come here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's another thing. Along, and maybe you guys will do that in the future, but that's how we are now. And it weirds a lot of people out, and that's fine. It weirds so many people out, but
you guys know each other for like 25 years, 20 years, whatever. That's your own. That's
we were friends. Yeah. We were like really toxic friends for over a decade before we were a boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah. You guys had a much different journey, much longer, much different, much windier. It zigged and zagged a few more.
Is that what we call it?
Complicated.
No, him and I are both very much aware that we make better friends. Like yesterday, I was sending him a bunch of songs and stuff, and we were talking about things. And he's a really good dad, So we just sucked being married, both of us.
And you guys, you know what? You guys really have that. I mean, like you guys really have that music and stuff that you guys have in common. So like that really works for you guys. Like that's something that you guys can really connect on, and that's awesome. I think that's even as friends, like that's awesome.
Yeah. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm great. I'm awesome.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I really am.
You don't have the boys this week. You just had them for a couple hours yesterday.
No, but they're coming over, and I think they're coming over in about 5 minutes. So this is the other part that's weird, is like I'm babysitting my kids.
Because you're gonna watch them while she's at work.
Yeah, we did the first right of refusal thing for the first 3 hours, or for anything over 3 hours. So a couple days a week, they're with me for a little bit, and then I don't know how it's going to work.
Something else since we're on this guilt trip thing.
What's that?
Yeah, can I tell you something else that was what to not feel guilty about?
Sure.
Hey, a month from now, it's a Tuesday, and it's your week without the children. You and I have plans. You have plans with Nick, blah, blah, blah. And she writes you and says, I have to work tomorrow. Can you keep the kids? You are allowed to say no.
I thought about that. And that might be.
No does not make you a bad dad.
Well, and so I thought about that because I needed somebody to watch them for a little bit. And it was like a thing.
That's why he's laughing. That's why he's being sarcastic about it, Cindy, is because we both know it's not babysitting. Yeah. That's why he's rolling his eyes about it, because he never calls it babysitting. He knows. But you don't have, if it's not your day, don't feel bad about saying don't.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And I had to ask the other day, and it was a last minute thing, and it was one of those like, and like the text back was, you can't ask me last minute. I'm like, well, but I had to, so I'm gonna ask somebody else now. But like, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. So it was one of those things, like, and I get it. Like life happens. Like If you can, you can. And if you cannot, you cannot. Like the scenario and the situation that's been created now is two adults live two separate lives. And on the weeks that they don't have their children, they have to live their lives and do their things. And if you don't have that time, then you don't have that time because this is the life that you now have, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you play the cards you're dealt.
Yes. And vice versa. If there is a week where you have the kids all 7 days and something comes up on a Thursday that you want to go and do, you are allowed to get a babysitter.
You see, now I thought that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation for another day because I thought about that.
Yeah, because when I would go, because I would always check in when I would do steak night. And and somebody would always tell him that I was out, and it would always get thrown in my face. And I'm like, I'm allowed, even though we are split and divorced parent, like I'm allowed to get a babysitter and go and do things on the nights I have the kids.
Your steak night is tonight, by the way.
I know it is tonight.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the kids, so I could come down there, actually. I thought about it.
You should go get yourself a steak.
I think I should. I miss Amy and Jason and Joe and everybody.
What time is steak night at?
6:30 to 9.
Okay. Call me if you do.
All right. I'll call you if I head down that way.
Yeah. You know what? I've never done a steak night with you.
You've never done steak night? All right. Let me see what's going on.
No, give me a call.
Okay.
All
right. I'll let you know. Bear Valley lift tickets we're giving away on the air. Series cruising tickets we're giving away on the air. Blogger Ashley does a very cool lunchtime request. So put up hashtag KHOP request and you can win a $20 gift card to Little Caesars and get a shout out. Thank you, Honey's Air and Solar. They are the ones who put up our stream for us. Get your AC tuned up now before it gets too hot. We're already going to hit 80-degree weather next week.
Get those requests in with Blogger Ashley so she can go all Casey Case and be like, all the hits, KHOP at 95.1. This one goes out to Paul and Merced, who sent a message to his wife, Phyllis, who said, this one's for you. It's AJR, bang, bang, bang.
My kids love that AJR. Layla called them from the beginning. She's just like her daddy, program director.
Hey, Angie Good did too. We had AJR and Modesto, remember? We were like, who are these funny dudes with that weird hat?
They were great too. We loved them.
Yeah. So.
Cheyenne. All right, you guys, we're about to hop off. We got some other radio show stuff to do. We got to jump on the radio. Bye, you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Guys.